Friends, I'm excited to introduce to you a new comrade of mine in studio for the first time on the radio. No pressure,
Yes,
Whitney.
no pressure.
But we have Whitney Wright from the Jeremiah program. So good morning, Whitney. Tell us about yourself. Where are you from? Your family, your blood type, all those things that are really important for our listening audience.
Good morning. Well, thanks for having me. We're
bet.
excited to be on air today. So I'm from a little tiny town, northern Minnesota called Badger, Minnesota.
Love Badger.
My farm is about 4 miles from Canada, so literally as cold and north as you can possibly get.
How close are Badger and Roseau?
About 13 miles.
Okay, are they your rivals?
They are. So we're the BGMR Gators and they're the Rosa Rams.
Okay.
So
okay, I don't
not
know
a
what
great
any
mix.
of those words mean, but it sounds great. We have two people on our team that are from Roseau, and so they've
great.
actually talked really poorly of you before you got in the
Yeah.
studio.
Oh,
They
good.
said she's
good.
from Badger.
I'm
Forget
sure.
that.
Yeah. That's probably the norm, probably up there.
Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're from Badger. You came to Fargo 17 years ago. What brought you to town?
Yeah, so I moved here with my mom and my little sister, kind of the three musketeers, moved to Fargo, went to high school here, and then moved away a couple times for college and different things,
Wow.
and just keep coming back. So there's some gravitational pull to the city of Fargo-Moorhead for me.
Were you north, south, Moorhead, West Fargo?
South.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. I'm a North grad. We can still be close
We
friends.
can.
It's going to
We
be
can.
wonderful. Whitney, you're with the Jeremiah program, and not a lot of people know about it because it's, I don't want to say it's newer, but it's like less than 10 years old in Fargo. Is that right?
Yeah, so we are actually 20 years old nationally.
Okay.
Our home base is in Minneapolis, but we've been fundraising in the Fargo-Moorhead area for about 10 years.
Okay.
Heavy fundraising for about 7. And our new campus just opened in January, so on the ground, we're pretty new.
It's a big deal what you do, though.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody hasn't been introduced to the Jeremiah program, give us the Reader's Digest version here.
Yeah, so what we do is we work to break the poverty cycle 2 generations at a time. So we work with single moms in the community that want to do better and go to college, and we also work with their children under the age of 5.
Wow.
We provide low-income housing, subsidized childcare, programming in the area of empowerment skills, life skills, and just kind of a wraparound holistic service to breaking that cycle of poverty.
Why? It's a really simple question, but there's probably a story behind it. Why are you passionate about the Jeremiah program, and why does it exist today?
Yeah, so basically 20 years ago, we kind of saw this crisis in single moms and poverty, and this 2-generational approach where if you are second, third generation poverty, the chances of your kids living in poverty are pretty high.
Right.
And what do we do to remedy that? And they went to single moms and said, what can we do? What could have been better for you? And they said low-income housing and subsidized childcare when our kids were small so that we could actually go and get an education.
That's, in fact, the number one way to thwart poverty is education, right?
Yep, exactly. So our program allows moms to go to a 2 or 4-year degree. We also are working on becoming accredited, which is very, very tough process in our Child Development Center. And one of the benefits to that is most of our kids are in a certain demographic on the spectrum. And we ask for them to come in under the age of 5 so that we can work really hard with them in speech therapy, cognitive therapy, so that when we send them to kindergarten, they get to thrive just like all the other kids. So it's really, education's important on a mom level as well as on an adolescent level for us.
2 generations is a really interesting and I think important approach. By the way, those of you just tuning in, we have Whitney from the Jeremiah program talking about the good that they're doing in this community and throughout the country. I have to tell you, Whitney, I am a product of a single mom, and we were like a foot in the poverty bucket for years and years and years. It's amazing to see that the opportunities that we didn't have afforded to us. Fortunately, my mom was a really, really incredible woman who worked exceedingly hard and not discrediting anyone else. She put her head down and worked 70 hours a week and made her way through. To see now that there are resources for both those moms and those kids matters so much. And for me, it's personal, whether you know it or not. And there are listeners right now or people watching online that are saying, you know what, that's my story, or that's my family's story. What kind of involvement do you see people stepping up in? Can they volunteer their time, their dollars? What does that look like?
Yeah. So I think in the job that I work in, it's super fun because people call you and they love single moms, they love kids. Like,
Right.
it's kind of hard not to get excited about what we do.
You throw puppies in there and you have the trifecta
we do.
of nonprofits.
And like
Yep.
I said earlier, I moved here with my mom, so I am the product of a single mom.
Yep.
And my mom also worked very hard, and I found this program and fell in love with it 4 years ago. I've been on staff for 2 years, and I don't really see myself going anywhere.
Right.
So we have everything from volunteering right in our child development center to cooking meals for our families on the nights that they take our programming classes, to sitting at our front desk and answering the phone. I mean, tons of different volunteer opportunities. We can kind of reach any niche that you want to be a part of. We have an extremely small staff here in Fargo-Moorhead, so we rely extremely heavily on volunteer support.
So volunteers are needed. Of course, donations are always needed.
Yep.
Food is needed.
Yep.
But you are putting all this together and doing both an awareness and a resource event of a sort coming up on Friday.
Yes,
So literally,
yes.
it's Sunday right now. This Friday is your big event. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this is our second annual. It's called the Journey for Hope. And one of the reasons we named that is our verse for our program is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you to prosper, hope, and a future. So we thought we are on this journey with our moms. Some of them are going to live with us for 4 years or more. So we are really on this journey for hope for them.
This isn't like a 2-month and done program.
Nope. So you get to stay with us as long as you're in your college career. So 2 or 4 years plus a 6-month extended grace period to make sure that you have housing, make sure you have a good job, make sure your kids can go to a new center or that we can get them enrolled into school. So it's not kind of 1-2 year done. We really have this wraparound to make sure that when you leave us, you're going to succeed really well.
Right.
Yep.
And so this program on Friday consists of what?
Yeah, so our event is themed. So this year we're going to Spain. Last year
right.
we went to France. So we really try to transform the whole space. We're at the Fargo Air Museum this year, and we're
That's
kind of
a fun space, by the way. If you haven't been there for an event, to be surrounded by those beautiful aircrafts as well as a great event, it's a wonderful place to do a gala.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. This is our first year there, so we're really excited about it. And it's going to be great. We're raffling up a trip to Barcelona, Spain.
Oh my gosh.
All inclusive, airfare, tickets, the whole nine. So that's going to be really fun. We've got some heads or tails games, a silent auction, a live auction. So it's going to be a really, really fun night for people to come raise awareness. One of our moms that's in our program will speak about kind of her life experience, how she got to Jeremiah and what Jeremiah means to her and what it's done to help her succeed thus far.
That's beautiful. So hearing all this, I'm hoping that some folks listening will have that spur to get involved. What's their call to action?
Yeah, so really you can go to our website, jeremiahprogram.org. We've got several tabs for our campuses. Click the Fargo-Moorhead tab and there'll be a list of volunteer opportunities, a list of giving opportunities. You can reach out to myself for anything event and volunteer related, and then Koya Tompkins is our development director for anything donor related.
Okay, and how about for Friday? Are there tickets available still?
Tickets
How do people
are
jump
available.
on it?
We don't close the door until we absolutely have to. So tickets are available. You can go to our website as well, and you can also call the office if that ticket line will be shut down in a couple days. So
Okay, fantastic. So again, jeremiahprogram.org, this Friday's big event at the Fargo Air Museum. Whitney Wright, thanks so very much for being in studio with us.
Thanks for having us.
You bet, folks. We're going to swing to break. Stick around and head to livefargomoorhead.com while you're at it. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik.